Hello, everyone. Today, I am not walking. I'm not outside walking today. Um, I should probably go out for my walk right after this recording, but I kind of want to do this one inside. I don't know why, but I just did. And today, I think I wanted to talk about one of the books, I guess, or, lifestyle philosophies that I came across that has helped me probably the most. Like, this is I'm going to share a book today that has helped me the most, more than any other book in terms of just my day to day, getting through the day, just being confident, starting YouTube videos, like, yeah, all of the above. So the book, I won't go too much into the content of the book, but I'll kind of talk about, what's changed in my life. It, it's funny because it's not even like huge changes, but just even the one little concept that I've taken out of the book and applied it to my life has changed a lot and improved my life and basically allowed me to do things that were more uncomfortable, like get, I'll get into some of the examples later. But anyway, the book I want to talk about today is this one right here. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And, apologies for the swearing in this video. This video might have the word fuck in it. Um, Quite a lot. Okay. I don't know a good alternative word to use. Frick. Uh, I could say frick, but we'll stick to the title of the book here. So this is by a guy named Mark Manson. I highly recommend this book. Not only has it helped me, and I'll share in the way it's helped me, but it's got entertaining, stories in here that he shares. Like he talks about the World War II stories. He talks about, I mean, his own personal stories from his childhood. Um, and so I guess first I will place the book aside, but I will sort of bring up a couple of the concepts from the book, but then I'll share the one thing, just one thing that I apply in my own life, and it has helped me in many things. Like, for example, just making YouTube videos. To start it, I had to tell myself this one little mantra. Uh, I can share it now. It's this: I don't give a fuck. So I just tell myself this, and then right before I have to do something uncomfortable that I'm like, ugh, I don't really want to do that. I just have to say I don't give a fuck, and I just have to do it. It's simple. Um, so anyway, from the book, uh, the main so besides the stories, which I encourage you to read the book yourself, and you can read those stories, and they're very interesting, very entertaining. Um, but the concepts in the book that the author mainly talks about, Mark Manson, is that we give a fuck about all the wrong things, really. What people say about us online, what people are potentially thinking about us that are often never actually thinking about us. It's all our own mind that is kind of psyching ourselves out. It's like I don't know. A good example is if you want to talk to a girl, you're gonna think of all the possible negative things she might say or respond to you, or and I don't I have a girlfriend personally, so I never really dealt too much recently with having to talk to girls, strangers. But for example, even in my own work, right? In my work, I have to maybe just write messages to my managers or other coworkers, and I overthink it so many times. Um, I always think like, oh my god, what is he gonna think? I didn't really do this project yet, so I'm trying to type a message, and I don't know how my manager will respond or my coworker will respond. And sometimes I just have to tell myself, you know what? I don't give a fuck. And I just send the message. Because really, whatever you're thinking, it's it's just not the case. You might think, oh, your manager's gonna get you fired if you send a bad message, or even if he's gonna interpret it in a negative way that you're lazy or incompetent. But most of the time, no. Managers, or at least in my case, I know there's terrible managers out there, but in my case, that's never ever happened. And most of the time in life, whatever your mind is telling you, it's not the case. Um, so back to the book, we give a fuck about pretty much all the wrong things. Mostly, I think it's our own mind battling with us, uh, our super ego, or if you know what is his name, um, Sigmund Freud, the psychologist, is it our super ego? Basically, the analytical part of our mind jumps in and starts over analyzing every little detail about a situation when maybe you have to call and make an appointment, and I know I don't like to make phone calls, um, or you have to call your credit card company and say, I think there's a suspicious charge on my credit card, um, and and it just and we don't like to make these phone calls, so we really put it off, and in our mind, something in our mind is telling us, something that makes us, causes inaction, causes us to not do anything, even though really it's think about it. If you think about it not too long, don't overanalyze it, or you think about it in an outsider perspective, you can say that, yeah, making a phone call to your credit card company to save you $200 on a fraudulent charge is obviously an easy and good thing to do. But it's still, even myself, I don't have that exact example, but that's similar examples. I don't want to make a phone call and I just put it off. Um, so yeah, we overthink those things too many times. And the book also talks about this idea that we have only a limited number of fucks to give. So the title of the book is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I keep looking over to the book, but I should still have it in front of me. Um, and however, although it's talking about not giving a fuck, it's not talking about being indifferent to everything, right? For example, you should give a fuck if your girlfriend is upset at you, or your wife is upset at you, or a close family member passes away. You don't really want to be indifferent to these and just whatever. I don't give a fuck about anything at all. Nothing bothers me. Nothing motivates me. Nothing drives me. Nothing gets me upset. So that's not the case. What the book talks about is having a limited number of these fucks to give. And currently we're using them or spending them in all the wrong areas, right? Like overanalyzing uh, relationships at work, or being too scared to get on a phone call. Like, why are we giving a fuck about calling a credit card company? That's just outsourcing your call to somewhere in India, talking to some Indian that you'll never ever see in your entire life. And even if you were to like, yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that, but anyway, right? We give a fuck about those, and then we don't have enough fucks to give about important things like having a good relationship with your family, or finding a good partner, or maintaining your relationship with your partner. Um, and so that is the main concepts from the book that I grabbed. It's not too complicated, right? Like I said, you know, just a quick recap is you have a limited number of fucks to give, and they're going in the wrong places, and you have to learn And don't be indifferent to everything, right? Don't be indifferent to everything. That's bad lifestyle. Um, you just have to put them in the right place. But, figure out what's important in life, actually. And I'm sorry. And if you don't want to figure that out, sorry, I need a little sip of coffee. I should have water, but I don't have it here, so we'll have to do coffee. Sorry about that. So yeah, those are the concepts. I don't know if I finished the recap, but you can rewatch the video. um, yeah, and so the one concept that I have taken into my personal life, like truly, I use it not every day necessarily, because I mean, as you use it, you eventually start to not need it anymore. I guess it's like training wheels for a bike. So the little mantra I have is I don't give a fuck. So whenever there's something that I know I have to do, we realize that usually it's something we have to do or should do, like maybe apologizing to your girlfriend when you've done something wrong. You don't want to do it. Your super ego's going. You're thinking, oh man, I'm right. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'd admit defeat. I don't want to admit defeat, but sometimes you just say, I don't give a fuck, and just go apologize, or maybe you have to make that phone call, right? I've had to do that, like call up the government to get some code or whatnot recently. But yeah, or as I mentioned with messages at work, like I type messages and I overthink them so hard, so much, when all I have to say is just like, okay, I have the message typed. It's pretty much got what I want to say. I don't give a fuck. I just send it. I have an email, same thing. I just say that and I send it. Or YouTube, right? Like to record a video. I'm recording a video right now. I know the first two videos was me going for walks and talking a little differently. This is maybe a different style of video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But yeah, to start a YouTube, I just had to say, I want to do it. Why am I not doing it? Because of some super ego telling me, you're not going to make it. Oh, nobody likes you. No, I don't think that nobody likes me, but I do think I think what I really thought was there's no way I can make it. Like, there's already people way ahead of me. I'll never catch up. I'll never blah, blah, blah. Any excuse, right? So I just tell myself, I don't give a fuck. I just started YouTube. And yeah, here we are. Now, I highly recommend this. This is the book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That's the last time I'll say that word in this video. By Mark Manson. It says, a counterintuitive approach to living a good life. And yes, I think this has helped me live a gooder life. Better life. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day.